Welcome back to the 6 o'clock show, where we're joined by Monaghan footballer Conor McManus.
And she's known for being on our TV screens as the host of Expose, but now she's letting the cameras.
The host.
She's letting.
Two
there's two. Yeah, she's letting the cameras behind closed doors.
Don't split them up.
Do not start with your stirring. She's letting cameras behind closed doors in her new documentary about the trials and tribulations of being a working mum. Please welcome one of the hosts of Expose. It's Karen Koster.
Yeah, just one of the hosts.
Stirring the pot, Karen.
The host.
No,
Stirring
just
the
one of
pot.
three.
She is the host.
One thing that you did get to do recently is that you got the Irish exclusive TV interview with Victoria Beckham.
It was a cool day at work.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. Probably the most nervous I've ever been because the stakes were high. Like, a lot of things had to go well. All the questions had to be cleared. It was one of those that I was so scared if I didn't stick to the script. As tonight, you know, if you ask me one question,
it's all
gone.
Your people would be all over our asses.
Stick to the script. So, yeah, and plus we did it in, like, basically a tiny little space with, like, very, very important people around. And she was so charming that we all came away just going, it's actually true what they say. She is funny in real life.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous looking. She's so put together. I mean, she kind of drops in the references to David and Harper and all the casual references to family. So you don't feel like you have to pry too much, and yet she still kind of gives you the little nuggets. So she's very smart.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just all came away going, she was lovely, wasn't she? And I teeth rashed literally all through my body.
Were you wearing one of her fancy things?
Yes, I got to wear one of her things, so I sweated into the Victoria Beckham dress.
For you?
Sorry, it's like the end of the air.
It's ode to Karen, Victoria. Your next scent is right here.
What is it about her then that she, like, you think she's scary and then she turns out to be nice?
I think it's that sort of ice maiden vibe she gives off when she's walking through airports and, you know, leaving New York hotels, and she just looks so stony-faced. But she actually is very candid when you meet her, and she, you know, does kind of talk about her personal life, and she does kind of have the same worries as a parent as I was asking her about, you know. So you kind of found a bit of common ground with her, you know. She was definitely on my bucket list, so it was brilliant to meet her. It was a brilliant day.
Now, with that, you've just mentioned you were talking to her about being a working mum, and you're doing all your stuff in Expose, but now you are creating a documentary, and it's called, like, this is you doing your own thing. It's called Mommy Guilt, which kind of tells us, you know, gives us a premise of what the show is going to be about. Do you suffer from that a lot?
100%. Like, daily, I kind of agonise over it. And TV3 actually asked the whole company to pitch an idea, and mine kind of got the thumbs up and was like, yeah, okay, we can make this now. So then I was like, oh my God, I don't make documentaries. Like, this is just totally different for me. So, yeah, basically, after I had my two boys quite quickly, every day I drop them off to creche and go, am I doing the right thing? Am I, you know, would they benefit from me being with them more? Are they going to be rounded, well-balanced individuals? Or will I look back and go, I should have spent more time with them and I should have just pressed pause on the career? So I'm kind of exploring, you know, the stay-at-home mom, the working mom. I've met so many amazing parents and moms from all walks of life who've made lots of different choices, like the mom who homeschools her 6 children, to the mom who doesn't see her kids Monday to Friday because she's got this amazing high-flying career and she doesn't regret a minute of it. And her kids are doing brilliantly and they're thriving. So it's been so interesting. It's a massive challenge for me. And as you mentioned, like, I am letting the cameras into the kitchen, and, you know,
into your
there's
own
no
house.
makeup and there's tears and it's Weetabix everywhere and it's all quite panicked, and I found it quite emotional.
We get to see your gaff.
You get to see a bit of the kitchen.
I'm there. I'm there.
My mum and my sister putting on their makeup at my sister's counter. But and like, then you go, oh, geez, the carpets are rough. I should have got them cleaned. Like, you kind of looking at your face through someone else's eyes.
You see it in a new light,
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, the state, like, so. But hopefully, my worry is that people will think, you know, why is she putting her children on TV, because I think that's such a sensitive area, and I know there's friends I'd have who wouldn't even put their kids on Facebook, so I think that's something I'm like, oh God, I hope, you know, people don't slam me for that, but and I am treating it very sensitively, because these are my most precious people in the world that I'm speaking about, but I think it's going to touch a nerve, because anytime I talk to other parents about it, it's certainly a conversation that's happening in a lot of households.
Your other half, John, what does he make of it?
He was, when I said, oh my God, John, they're going to make the documentary, he was like, really? Like, he was like, oh, that's all right. He didn't think there was much in it. And he said, you know, your next one should be about daddy guilt, but it would be 6 seconds long because John doesn't feel guilty. So I don't know if it's a unique female thing. I think it's the women who kind of agonise over the details and the, oh my God, have they eaten enough vegetables today? And, you know, where John's like, they're fine, they're thriving, you know. So, but he's been very supportive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got him doing the hoovering. Then.
That's what he can do.
Before the cameras come in.
Yeah, with all of that kind of stuff. Because you have to do it as a team and all that. Would you get daddy guilt?
Yeah.
Do you? They just don't.
No, I actually,
Because he's got
do.
2 kids as well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know I'm missing the bedtime, the bedtime story tonight.
Oh.
Friday nights, I missed that, yeah.
We'll read a bedtime story to you to make up.
Okay.
Okay, it'll be fine. Now, you are also involved with HB's, a campaign with HB, which is about sharing the magic moment.
Yeah, this one kind of resonated with me. It's a campaign with Hazelbrook Ice Cream because 3 out of 4 parents wish they could spend more time with the kids. And I felt that to such a degree, I wanted to make a documentary about it. So it's called Share a Little Magic. It's about kind of finding the joy in the simple, carefree moments. I'm certainly guilty at the weekends going, we have to see Nanny, we have to see Granny, we have to go to Soft Play Cafe, let's bring them to State Park, let's try the cinema. Like, I cram too much in.
Holy God.
Exactly. So it's kind of you can actually have good crack sitting back, you know, watching a movie, making the little sandwiches that we all did back in the 80s, probably 70s for you in fairness, probably 90s for you. No. But, you know, it's kind of that nostalgia of let's just calm down. My guys are guzzlers for milk, so HB is made with 100%, or with whole milk, I should say, with no artificial flavours and all the rest of it. So it's a nice little treat, a nice little guilt-free treat. So that's what I'm involved with.
Yeah.
Lovely. Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to the documentary, Mommy Guilt.
Yes,
and
in the
part 2,
new
Daddy
year.
Guilt. The short version.
The short film, the short doc. The short doc. That's what you can go for that. And
That's
it's going
an
to
easy
be.
watch. It's an easy
Yeah,
watch.
there you go. You're ready to go for it as well.
There you go.
But for you, when you were growing up, Connor, was it sort of thing that you were always on the go with your parents? Because, you know, the GA was hardcore for
Yeah,
you.
pretty much. You're always running from one game to the next, or training, or whatever it was. And I had 2 sisters as well, and they both played sport as well, so it was
Always on the go.
always going somewhere. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Busy.
Take care of us.
Right, well, we'll keep an eye out for the doc in the new year.
In the new year.
Brilliant, it's going to be good. Right, earlier on we were chatting about a member of Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. She was playing the scissors on Later with Jules Holland. That's what she was doing. She was holding up the scissors.
Of course she was. We wanted to know what household utensils did you use to make instruments when you were a child, perhaps?
Chef Derek Clark, he's busy cooking the dinner at the moment. He's been keeping an eye on our stories as well. What have you got for us this evening, Derry?
I must say, scissors are something else, isn't it? It really
It's
is.
unbelievable.
I'm glad it wasn't the knives. Could you imagine?
Although in your line of work, you could be making a bit of music in the
Exactly. I
kitchen.
make some money for
And
change.
make
I
a few
know,
bob on the
okay.
side, yeah.
Katrina said, when I was a kid, I would make a guitar with an empty tissue box and elastic band.
Yeah.
Safe to say, it didn't sound as great as the real thing. Can't understand.
Was
how
that a
Yeah,
you
I
know
can get
the
that.
tissue
I
boxes
remember
with
those.
the hole in it,
The hole.
Okay.
and then you put the elastic bands across the front. I bet that was a Blue Peter thing or something.
And you strummed it.
Or Mary Fitzgerald.
Mary Make and Do.
Make and Do.
It was definitely on that. Now, coming up after the break, our movie expert, Dave Fanning, will be joining us on the couch with all this week's hottest cinema picks. Plus, Connor and Karen are sticking around as well.
All this week we ran a competition with the Pet Expo that is taking place this weekend in the National Show Centre in Swords to win a 4-star stay at Randall's Hotel in Killarney.
And the lucky winner is... Do the drums.
But, yeah, give me your...
Crap. Alicia Daly from Athlone. Congratulations, Alicia. Enjoy your breakaway. Stop looking for the
I'm
scissors.
looking for my scissors. They've taken my scissors away from me already. I can only be trusted for one go of the scissors. Right, congratulations to you and well done. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back to you in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Friday's 6 o'clock show, where we're joined by All-Star footballer Conor McManus and TV presenter Karen Koster.
And now on the couch, we're joined by our movie expert who has all the latest news on this week's must-see films. Please welcome the one, the only, Dave Fanning.
It is. You talk to him like he's going into the ring.
I know.
Like it's a fight. He's going into the octagon.
Yeah.
I wonder why we did that.
I wonder why you did that as
What-
well.
what's
Well, I'll tell
the
you one
first
thing.
film you're talking
okay,
about
well,
this
the first
evening,
one,
Dave?
and I've just come from, what do you call it? There's a movie in 1946 by Alfred Hitchcock called Notorious. Nobody cares about that. Well, they don't at the moment. There's
Okay.
one from 2009 called The Notorious B.I.G. about a very famous rapper. But Notorious now can only mean one person. And that's the man who went from Crumlin to Las Vegas in the space of 4 minutes, well, it was 4 years, and has done more for the sport that he dragged up right up the top than anybody else has, and is also an icon to so many people. I was in America last year and it was like a bit of U2 here, a bit of kind of, you know, I don't know, like whatever, Guinness there. They even mentioned, you know, W.B. Yeats here and there. But everybody wants to know, you're from Ireland, tell me about Conor McGregor.
McGregor.
Well, I don't know anything about Conor McGregor, but I do now.
Yeah.
And this is a hagiography movie. This is a movie about how great I am and all the rest of it. And it's like
So this is Notorious, his new film.
Notorious, the film about him. Yeah, it's just part of the whole sort of big, huge thing that's going on about him. And you know something? It's good. It comes over as a nice guy, even if he does has his own name written across his chest or stenciled.
I do as well.
Yeah, I was just going to
That's just to make sure in case he gets lost.
Right.
That's it, yeah.
indeed.
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's Return to
Now I know
TV3
where
is
he's
down
from.
here as well. Return to TV3.
But you know, the
It's
funny
fine.
thing is, and fair play to the director of this movie, he shows you the whole thing, blood and guts and all. Before this, I hated MMA. I hate it even more now. Sorry. I like
do
the
you?
guy. I can't stand it. I don't get it. I mean, like Bob Dylan once said, don't criticise what you don't understand. But seriously, what is it about?
Connor,
It's awful.
are you into MMA?
No.
I'm a McGregor fan, yeah. I wasn't until...
That's not the question she asked, because McGregor is cool and that. He really is good in this. But are you into MMA?
Well, I am now. I wasn't up until...
So he's brought...
His personality has brought a lot of people into the sport, though.
Yeah.
You see, sport, I'd even argue. Well, okay.
The game.
I don't get it.
The spectacle.
And in the week,
thing.
you know the way, obviously, there's been an awful lot of controversy over words that he has been
Oh,
using
for crying out
recently
loud.
and all that kind
Get
of
over
stuff. But here we go, getting your spoken on that one. But with all this, are we seeing a raw him, like, as he is, or does he talk about the fact that his persona plays up to a camera?
Well, I mean,
find that out?
he doesn't even have to talk about that because that's what happens. I mean, like the bling-tastic life that he leads and the kind of beautiful suits and all the rest that he gets. People love that. Like I was like, there was noises in the cinema from people who go, "Yeah, come on, Connor." People they like the whole thing. I don't particularly get it. I thought it was a nice movie. It was well made. It's part of the whole machine of who he is. And good luck to them all, I say. You know. And by the way, Dee is there and she's great.
Dee
And,
Devlin.
yeah. By the way, I was going to say partner, but some people might think that's a sparring partner. Just partner in life.
Yeah.
And she's great.
Maybe she is a sparring partner as well.
Do you know what would be a great advantage to you now, Dave? Is to watch Glenda's interview with him at 8 o'clock and expose it.
Oh, is there an interview?
Is there? Just saying,
On the red
stick
carpet
around
and
on
expose it,
TV3.
is there?
8 o'clock tonight?
No, but it's
didn't know
lovely
that.
because Glenda meets the parents and the sisters, and it's all very bling and brilliant. And
So
it's
is that
lovely.
happening pretty shortly in about an hour and a half's time? All right.
keep the
Can I
telly
just
on.
say,
Just keep the TV on TV3.
she's such a pro. She's so good.
The plug.
We're going along right now. Again, remember, Expose 8 o'clock tonight, TV3. We've got Murder on the Orient Express, directed and starring Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah, and the biggest star in the movie is his moustache. It's unbelievable. It's a caravan, all the snow and the train, it's all brilliant. But every single actor just has a bit of time talking to Poirot in front of the camera. They chew the scenery and say, "Here I am," and off they go. And you have to find out who murdered. Can I say who got murdered?
No, hold on.
I'm not going to say who murdered. You can't even say who got murdered.
No, don't ruin anything.
Because
not
I'm
ruining
assuming, is it the same? Now, I would have watched every single Poirot that there has ever been, ever. Is it the same story?
Yeah, of course
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So
by
they
the way,
haven't
to
changed
be
who
honest,
gets murdered.
The ending is not nearly as good as the beginning, and I think like it's actually slightly confusing. I thought at the end. I don't think it's about really a whodunit as much as how Poirot is going to bring you through the whole process of it.
Okay.
And that it's more like that. But I mean, like it's the one you can bring your granny to. What is it about grannies that love a murder? They love those kind of things, like an Agatha Christie or a Midsummer Murders thing. But you can bring your granny to it.
They're like, do you know what? Let's go for it. I've got 5 years left. Let's see what happens.
whatever. See
I'm
what
joking. I'm
Again,
joking.
do you know what would really help you, Dave, is Glenda's interview with Kenneth Branagh.
This is just the warm-up show.
In about an hour and a half time.
We're like that
Right?
crap comedian that comes on 2 minutes
Yeah.
before the main show.
Really, you're just here for
warm
Glenn
up
now.
act,
That's
yeah.
all
There you
this
go.
is.
He's on a tenner a time. Go on, yeah.
I've just got a raise for plugging expose.
Is Grace Jones on Exposé tonight by any chance?
No.
No. Right, well, she's the subject of another
Yeah, the
documentary.
documentary with an Irish producer on this movie, and it's good. It's very good. Grace Jones was, as you know, larger than life and extraterrestrial and the biggest. And because I'm not saying she's in the same league, to me she's not at all, as Prince or David Bowie, because those extraterrestrials are now. Look back. She goes to Jamaica for a while and has her family there, and there's some dark secrets there that you can kind of work out yourself that have to come out. They're not a good past necessarily. She's in France, in Paris, hilarious in one scene, giving out about TV because they give her all these female dancers and she wants male dancers. And there's lots of funny bits in it, lots of good bits. She's powerful on the phone, giving out to people because she's her own person. She's in her 70th year. She looks about 49, and like the most important part of the movie is the performances, and the performances are really well put together, fantastically choreographed. I mean, on stage she's either a weapon or an icon, and she's just there. And where's it done? Down the road here at the Olympia in Dublin.
Wow.
Oh, that's where they filmed it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So
Another
it's
movie.
good.
So you liked it?
Yeah.
Another movie that's out is Marjorie Prime. It's out now. We don't really have time to talk
Yeah,
about
right.
it, though. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Oh, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Definitely Thumbs
Marjorie
up.
Prime.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Dave, are you going to be on Expose at 8 o'clock?
Is Expose
You're more than welcome.
Connor?
Everyone
even
stick
know it was
around.
on.
Wait a minute, sorry, is Expose on 8 o'clock, is it?
Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Casual.
Right, join us after the break. I'll be heading to the 6 o'clock show kitchen with our guests Connor and Karen. Derry Clark is going to be doing the honours. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes. Hang on.
Slightly, you know, under in the centre.
Okay.
Slightly. Hopefully it's cooked okay.
And you turn the pan on.
Smells.
Right? No, that's what you do.
If you want to fry
Hardest
something.
bit to do, you know. People forget
Do you know,
this.
I would totally forget that. I would absolutely be like, we're going to have a brilliant meal, an hour and a half later.
See the hard time I get here, Connor. See the hard
As
time I
you
get.
eat away, eat
in
away.
7 minutes.
We were talking earlier on about, you know, when you were younger, if you ever had a band and you had a household instruments. Hi guys, as a teenager, this is JM from Kildare. I decided to replicate musical bottles. After filling 6 bottles, I was returning to the kitchen table with the 7th bottle. I slipped, I fell, I ended up in A&E where I got 8 stitches on my right hand and I've got the scars to prove it. No more musical bottles for me. I remember
Sounds
playing the
sore.
bottles as well with all that kind of stuff.
I bet you do.
We had, yeah.
Plenty
We
of
were
bottles
we
to
were
go
rough
out
and
to
ready in Limerick, my friend. Connor, the All-Stars. People are quite interested about the All-Stars. Who does Connor think will win Player of the Year?
Oh, yeah.
Who do you reckon? Because they're kicking off, aren't they?
Yeah, they're probably on around now, are
Yeah?
they? Yeah, they are, 7 o'clock. Andy Moran for me. Andy Moran and Mayo. I think he's...
Jeez, and he's signed up again for next year.
He's
and
going
everything.
again next year, yeah. He's going again next year. He's 34, I think Andy is, and he's playing the football of his life, so if he's fit to continue that, I don't see why not.
You're dying to do it, dying to play him next year if you get the chance?
Yeah, in an All-Ireland final.
In an All-Ireland final, there's said it. That's what's
Mayo
going to go.
Great, wouldn't it?
I'd take it.
People are very excited to see Sean and Connor Price on the 6 o'clock show earlier on. Obviously, you were chatting to them on Expose as well,
Yeah,
weren't you?
I met them in their home, and bizarrely, their parents are John and Karen, which is like me and John, my
You and
husband.
John,
so
yeah.
I was constantly picturing them going, that's Finn and JJ in the future. So I nearly got emotional interviewing them. They are the nicest guys ever, so grounded. They're doing their Leaving Cert and Junior Cert this year, though. So the nerd in me was like, how are they going to do this? But anyway,
Yeah.
they're flying it, so good luck
They're
to them.
doing Leaving and Junior Cert.
Well, they're not being the tour as well, isn't there?
If they get
Tour?
voted, I know,
yes,
so
yeah.
maybe
They got
they'll
the tour.
just take
see.
a year out. I don't know how it's going
maybe.
to work. I'm
They
such
could
a
do it
nerd
at the
that I
same
think about
time.
that.
Connor, I mean, Simon would sort them out with a tutor, wouldn't he?
Yeah, of
course,
course.
yeah,
He
the road.
would.
course.
He'd sort them out with a tutor
Yeah,
on the road.
yeah.
How is the food?
Oh, the prawns are actually winning. I hope
Fabulous.
they
are.
sort
The
of steal
prawns
the
on the road
show
would be
for
nice,
me.
actually, yeah.
They're delicious, but it's all good. It's absolutely gorgeous.
She's set up. And of course, in the new year, we have got Mommy Guilt. The documentary is going to be out in the new year. Make sure you stay looking for it. And best of luck heading out for the Aussie Rules. 2 weeks' time. Come on, Ireland.
I can't fail now, I can't fail.
Enjoy your pizza tomorrow night.
I will.
Yes. Yeah.
Sadly, that's all we've got time for on tonight's 6 o'clock show. A big thank you to our guests, to Conor McManus, to Karen Koster, Chef Derry Clark, and of course, Dave Fanning from earlier.
Yes, myself and Martin will be back with you on Monday with country singer Susan McCann and marathon runner Gary O'Hanlon. Not the chef, marathon runner Gary O'Hanlon is going to be
A
here.
different guy. Emmerdale and Double Corrie up next on TV3. Have yourself a good weekend.
And
Bye.
Expose.
Don't forget Expose. Yeah, Expose. Yeah. Bye.